Welcome back to another episode of the Pin High Podcast presented by Golficity. It's Tiger and Charlie week, so Tiger is confirmed back in the PNC Championship. We're going to talk about that and preview the PNC. We'll also reflect a little bit on the PGA Tour season last year, and of course, we'll finish up our Part 3 course with the last two holes. So let's get into it.
This is Jordan Spieth here, and
this is the Pin High Podcast.
All right, episode 111. The big news this week: Tiger in for the PNC Championship. Thoughts?
I mean, there's only one reason we're watching this again, and it's because of Tiger and Charlie. Now, I mean, I love watching Tiger, and it'd be cool to see Tiger, but I want to see how good Charlie is compared to last year too. See if he's gotten a lot better, or if he's bigger, if he got a lot better. He's only 12 years old, so see if there's a difference there. Obviously, and Tiger riding in a cart with our boy Joe Licata will be fun to see too.
Right. Yeah. This is the event where Joey brings his son and he caddies for Tiger, or Joe caddies for Tiger and his son caddies for Charlie. So that's pretty cool. Curious to see how many drives they use of Charlie this week. I think it was like 15 out of 18 last year in one of the rounds or something.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like, I remember last year, like you said, 15 out of 18, and like Charlie would just go up, and his tees are so much further ahead of everyone else's that he just goes up there and hits a one right down the middle from his like 200-yard tees, and it's Tiger doesn't even have to hit. I bet there's gonna be a lot of times where I don't remember how many times Tiger actually did not hit on the tee or something, but I think this year, if he didn't do it last year, he's going to do it this year. I think, where he's just, if Charlie hits a good one, he's just not even going to bother hitting.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. So somewhat interesting event. I guess when you bring Tiger into the equation, it becomes a lot more interesting to maybe want to watch, as opposed to if it's just a normal field. I mean, coming into it, I think the Thomases won last year. Mike Thomas was quoted this week saying that like he can't believe how good like Tiger looks. He played like a practice couple holes or round or whatever with him. I don't know. I feel like Tiger might come out this week and look way better than what we're expecting from him.
I think he will. I also think I don't know. I think we're expecting to be like, I don't know how to word to describe it. I don't know. I feel like we're expecting to be kind of out there, like I said, kind of just hitting not hitting shots if he doesn't have to. But I also would not be surprised if Tiger is just full on, like, if they're in contention, I guess, like full on, like, all right, like let's go win this thing. Like, why not? Like, we're like, he's dying. I think he's dying for that competitive breed like moment, because he hasn't had it in so long. And then if he's there with Charlie, he'll have that. Obviously, if they're not, the main goal number one is just to go out there, have fun, and hit some shots, and actually go out there with Charlie. But I don't know. We'll see where they're at come Sunday, I guess, and see what the deal with that is.
This is such a laid back event that, like, if Tiger looks terrible this week, like, there's nothing to talk about. Like, it is what it is. It's just,
I can already see him hitting a shot to like a couple feet on like one of the first couple holes, and everyone just freaking out, saying
going viral.
Oh my God, he's back. Yeah. And then people are gonna be watching and see he'll hit some really bad shots, I'm sure. Like, not some really bad shot, but like some shots maybe we aren't used to seeing him hit. But then maybe Charlie takes us. We might see Charlie hit some shots that are unbelievable like last year. So
yeah, I mean, I'm
hopefully a mix of both.
I'm excited to see like them just playing this event every year, just to see like the evolution of Charlie Woods. I feel like a few years down the road, like he'll be even taller and bigger and hitting the ball even further, and you just be like, this kid like grew up so quick. And like, I don't know if you saw, I think it was like a Golf Digest video or something. They like showed Tiger a video of him and Charlie, and like all their mannerisms like being the same.
Yeah.
Like, that was pretty cool.
It's that's crazy to watch, and it's so cool too. And Tiger absolutely loved it. I think it's interesting. I saw something on Twitter the other day, and I don't know how true it is at all, but like Charlie's not even like one of the top like juniors in Florida. Granted, he's like 12 years old, but like, he's not even like that. I mean, he's really young, which I guess in Tiger's like in his defense, like Tiger, like it's hard to it's impossible in this day and age to live up to. Okay, if you're 12 years old, you're like your dad winning 15-year-old events and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I think he'll be fine. I think he has his dad's like mental state, and he knows his dad. I think his dad's gonna push him too. So
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I don't know, like all these other kids that are probably ahead of him, they don't have odds to win a major like in 20 years or whatever it is. What was the stat that we said last year? Like he was like 150 to 1 to win a major like before the age of like 23 or something like that,
which
which is
is
crazy because he's not
ridiculous.
like he might not even play in the PGA Tour. Like he might not
No,
be a pro golfer.
he might not even play golf perfect. Like he might not even want to play golf. Like
Exactly.
it's which like granted, if I could bet on it, I would absolutely just put $10 on it because why not? Like imagine you're seeing Charlie Woods winning you however much money that was. That'd be unbelievable. But and I also see this article saying Brad Faxon, which is like one of the best players of all time, gave him a lesson. And Faxon said, I showed him a picture of his putting stroke and they asked him what he fixed. And Brad said, I didn't fix anything. So like his stroke is already like which is probably learned from Tiger, but still I think he'll probably be he'll probably play professional golf, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was competing on the PGA Tour at some point.
I don't know if you
Hopefully.
remember when Rory won the Open in 2014, his
Yeah.
dad and his friends collected a total of $342,000 because they put bets on him when he was 10 and when he was 15 to win the Open at like some crazy odds. And like
Oh my
Rory grew up to
gosh.
win the Open and he won like his dad and his friends $342,000.
But like that's like I feel like that's a very different situation than Tiger and Charlie, just
Right.
because like it's like Tiger. I obviously Tiger played in the tour, and Rory's dad's like I can see Rory's dad being the kind of guy who just like is like you got you got like really intense, like you gotta practice, like you gotta go out and like do this, and like he's like I don't know, and like the fact that he bet on his son to win that, like that,
Yeah,
I
so
don't know if
here
that
it is.
makes
Like
you feel
so
better about it or not as good.
they got 500 to 1 odds on Rory McIlroy when he was 15 years old to win the British Open before the age of 26. They put 400 pounds on it, which is like 680 something dollars or whatever. And Rory ended up winning when he was 25 in 2014.
So how
And
much money did that win? They win $324,000.
$324,000.
That's ridiculous.
That's just wild.
I wonder if you can put. I wonder what the Charlie Woods odds are now. Well, I think they're also gonna, if there are any odds, they're gonna skyrocket after this week, just because
Yeah, they always do. This
there
is the only
are
time we
people are
see
gonna
him.
see him. Charlie Woods, best last year. Charlie Woods' chances of winning a major,
825 to 1 was last year before the age of 25. So put 500 bucks on that.
1,500 to 1 win a major before turning 22.
Yeah, these are the numbers. I feel like we talked about this last year.
The
Just like crazy.
over under year, the over under year he plays in his first major is 2035 and a half.
Who's putting these odds out? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Like
I want to like I'm serious though. I would legitimately like just put even just like $10 on all of those, just to see, like, just to have like some like, and just like even like $10 and a 1,500 to 1, you would win $15,000. Like that's absurd. On just Tiger,
it's kind of like a bet it and forget it type of
yeah,
situation.
it's one of those things like like, yeah, you're most likely going to waste $10 to $20, but it's $10 to $20 that, like, if you see Charlie Woods competing at a major or winning a major at some point in his life, you're gonna be free. Like, it's gonna be
The only thing is, like, you could
worth
only
it.
cash out on that like 15 years later, 10 years later, or whatever. Like, you have to
Yeah,
play the
because you don't
long
know,
run there.
you don't even know you don't even know what Charlie Woods is gonna actually do in next year, let alone
Yeah, right.
however many 14 years when he's playing in a major. Like, it's, who
Yeah, I
knows?
wonder if
And
there's
the
any
fact that he's not
other.
having, I don't know.
I wonder if there's any other crazy bets like that. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's it's
Oh,
kind of
here's
wild.
the, all right. Golficity actually posted, you won't believe these future Charlie Woods betting odds. And
Yeah, I think we
it's
we
the
named our
same.
podcast that, and it got a lot of views on YouTube.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same. Uh, the same thing. 825 to 1 and we major by 25, 1500 to 1 but 24, 2 to 1 to earn a PGA Tour card by 24. That's ridiculous.
No. So he's what? How old is he? He's 13.
What he's his in the over under is 23, 35 and a half. So he's probably, I think he's 12 or 13.
So
I
yeah.
think
So I guess
12,
he's
13.
12. Yeah, he's 12. So, like, Rory McIlroy's dad got these odds on Rory McIlroy when he was 15. It was 500 to 1. So, like, 825 to 1 at 12 years old is not much, like, worse than the Rory McIlroy odds, which is, like, kind of
No,
crazy.
and Rory was like a wonder child, it seemed
Exactly.
like
And like Charlie Woods is just
Rory
Tiger
was,
Woods' son.
yeah, which holds, like, in some sense Charlie Woods is probably extremely overrated in the way.
I know.
Is Charlie
Well, I
Woods
got a title. I got a title for this
is,
podcast.
is Charlie
Is
Woods
Charlie
the
Woods
most
overrated?
is Charlie Woods the most overrated golfer of all time? Like, that is the
I'm
question
I'm
we have
I'm
to ask.
cutting this clip up. This is going on the socials.
I'm not even, like, kidding though. Like, he's, like, these odds are ridiculous, and he's 12 years old, and he's not even, like, Rory was a wonder child, Tiger was a wonder child, Charlie Woods is probably very good at golf and probably better than all of us, but probably odds are he's probably not even going to be a
There's probably somebody
PGA
out
Tour
there. There's
player.
probably some kid out there that's
I
better
hope
than
I
him.
hope I hope Charlie Woods makes a major in like 2034 and I get old takes exposed, like old takes exposed post this, and just blast me. Like, I would actually love that. I would love nothing more than old takes exposed to blast me saying Charlie Woods is the most overrated
It's
golfer of all
Charlie
time.
Woods overrated.
It's not, honestly, it's not a valid or invalid
No, not
question
at
to
all.
ask.
It's just fun. It's just funny to think we're talking about a 12-year-old right now. Like,
No.
so anyone who's watching this video on YouTube or listening to the podcast, or maybe if I clip it up and post it on Instagram, comment below. Is Charlie Woods overrated? Yes? No? Tell us why.
It's the list of overrated golfers. It's like
Number 1,
it's like
Charlie Woods.
Lose Tazen, all these guys, like I don't know, Ricky Fowler, which
Fowler,
is
yeah.
fair. Charlie Woods.
Number
Charlie
1,
Woods.
Charlie Woods, yeah.
Number 1, Charlie Woods.
Okay, well, I guess moving on from that. This is a Friday episode. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the podcast. We had a
Yeah.
little bit of a busy week. We also figured PNC Championship starts on a Saturday, so we have some time. So we're releasing this on Friday, but seems like forever ago, Kevin Na and Jason Kokrak took the QBE Shootout. I had the pick last week. I mean, it was kind of a gut pick, random pick, but yeah,
1 of
they
12.
won. They won. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, it's just, I watched. It was on TV, and there was one day I think that I was home, and just that was the only thing that was actually on TV. But I wasn't even really watching it. Like Jason Day and what they won like 30. They were like 35 under. I'm pretty sure total. And they
I mean, yeah,
won.
Jason Day played well too. Like
Yeah,
there was like an article
Day
this
and
week, I think, that says like Jason Day looks to build off strong performance at the QBE Shootout, which is like a fake
I
event,
saw
but
strong performance, but I think they were 16 under after the first. Yeah, 16 under after the first day. Think about it. a 2-man scramble on a 7,400-yard course. And they shot 16 under par, 56, and we're a 5-some at a
On a
5,600
course
yard
very,
course.
very
We
short.
shot
Yes.
60.
Yeah. Which whatever. I just the 2-man
It's the
scramble.
winter,
To look
but
at some of
still.
this, look at some of the scores that these teams shot. You know, there's a couple 59s, 57. Obviously, you mentioned the
Yeah.
56. There's more than 157 actually. Like, I don't think anyone. There's only one score in the 70s. Brian Harmon and Hudson Swafford in the second round had a 71. Every other score is under 70, and like most of the scores are under 70 by like a significant amount, like number of strokes. So I
Yeah,
mean, it's just crazy how good these guys are. Like if you put them in a scramble scenario or like just like a 2-ball scenario and stuff, like they're so good.
just put them in a position where they can fire at a pin freely and go for like play aggressive on the putt. Like it's not fair.
And
It's
listen,
really not fair.
Kevin Na and Jason Kokrak got a nice little payday. I mean, they got not
Yeah.
not as much as you would get for winning a normal event, but they got $447,000 each. So
Each. That's honestly, if you're a low, like not like a low level, but like if you're like a PGA Tour professional and you're kind of just milling around and you can have a chance to win a 12-man event to win that much money, I don't know why you wouldn't do that.
I mean,
Especially if you're
that's
if
the
you're like
same as
survival.
yeah, like most people, I think that's a significant chunk of change, unless you're like Jeff Bezos or something. So
Yeah, that's a lot of money for a 12-man. Granted, it is a week where you can be like, I don't care, but it's 12-man.
I mean,
event.
people, you still get money
chance to
for
win.
like no one doesn't
12.
like last place gets 86,000 each. So
I wonder if there's like a restriction on who can and can't play in an event like that.
I don't
There
know.
might
I'm
not be,
sure they
but
would
who
love
knows?
to have some bigger names in this event, but like no one really wants to play an event like
Of course.
this.
Other than that, I don't have any other golf. I got new irons. My new irons came in,
How are those?
which are sweet. I played with them yesterday and a
Today?
couple days ago.
60
They're
degrees in December
yeah, really
in the
nice.
Northeast.
I didn't hit the ball like amazing, but I played. I mean, what can you expect? It's December in Connecticut, but I played decently well. I can't. The greens are basically just sand. I can't putt on them really, but it's nice to get out there on the course in the middle of December. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
would
played
not have
last
thought
week.
that.
I played
Yeah.
with Max last week. We played a scramble on like the short course side, and then like the front
Yeah.
9 on the other side. We were like 4 over, which is like not terrible for us.
No,
Not bad at all, really. Saying he's like probably
Yeah.
a 20 something handicap, and I'm like a 14 or 15. Not a bad score.
I wonder what the pros would shoot scramble to Mark
it's-
Leishman. Put Jason Day and Mark Leishman
Dude,
on
they
the
probably
silver
shoot in
line,
like
see
the
what they shoot.
30s. Like,
They probably would.
well,
It'd
they're
be
just not
unbelievable.
missing a putt because like every time, like if you have 2 chances at a putt, even like me thinking about like we had 2 chances at a putt. It was a little bit rainy out, so like when he would putt first and his line would show up on the on the green.
Oh, that's nice.
And like there was a couple putts that he hit really well that just didn't fall, didn't have the right pace. I would already set up my ball right on his line and just like hit it on his line, and like if I hit it at the right pace, it went in like every time. Kind of a hack.
If we had that when we had a 5-minute scramble, we would have shot under 60 for sure.
Yeah, probably. Next time. maybe
Other than
it'll be
that-
nice on December 23rd or something. We'll do the pre-Christmas 5-man scramble.
Honestly, we should. I would.
Except it won't be on. There
I would
won't be on the
definitely
big. It won't be on the other side, but it will be the short course and the.
Oh, so the
We'll
other
break
side
60.
other side of the roads closed for the winter now.
Yeah, we'll break
okay.
60 on the short course on the other side. We should set that at like 55.
Yeah, I hope the weather. God, I hope the weather is good if we do that.
Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of all I got for news this week. I guess right before we don't really have skins, so before we get in the clubhouse, just a quick shout out to Roback. Click the link in our bio. Add anything to your cart and you'll get 15% off. You know, performance polos, hats, quarter zip, sweatshirts, Looking for a last second Christmas gift. Trev's wearing the hat.
Sweet.
Perfect place to go. So click the link in our bio. It'll be in the description on the YouTube. And yeah, get some Roback stuff. So with that, let's get inside the clubhouse. All right, so inside the clubhouse, we got a couple of things to go through this week. We don't really have skins, but we are going to make some picks for the PNC Championship because, why not? I mean, Trevor and I actually are on the same pick, but I'll start with Pat's pick since Pat's not here. He says, I can't completely quote him, but he says Charlie is winning this, obviously. So Pat's going with Charlie and Tiger Woods at was it 10-1?
I don't know. I don't even know what those are. I don't even tell you.
Yeah, I think that's just he just doesn't know who else is playing.
He's picking the most overrated. He's picking the greatest golfer of all time and the most overrated golfer of all time.
Yeah, they're on the same team.
And Juke and I are both picking Matt Kuchar and his son. I don't know his son's name.
Cameron Kuchar, I believe his name.
Cameron Kuchar.
Yeah, no, his son's a stick. Yes. He's pretty good, and he's like getting to the age where like he hits the ball like pretty far now. So that's why I'm going with that pick. I mean, who else is playing in this event? Like the Thomases won last year, so like the Thomases could easily win this year because like not only do they have like
probably can
they have like he's a club pro, Mike Thomas, and then they have Justin Thomas, who's probably the best like PGA Tour golfer that's playing in this event. So
yep, I agree.
Yeah, it makes it much easier for them to win. They're plus 200 if you want to get some value on that. I don't know where you could bet that, but
I mean, it's the rest of the field is like it's like Mark O'Meara, Gary Player, Tom Lehman, Lee Trevino, Stuart Dink and his son are probably a pretty decent team. I wouldn't be surprised if they won it all. Bubba Watson, Duval, Daly sounds really good.
Yeah,
just like a bunch of senior tour players, and then Justin Thomas.
Pretty much, yeah. Which kind of like crazy that Gary Player like still plays in this event. He's 86 years old.
Yeah, Lee Trevino's 80. Lee Trevino's 81.
Yeah, that's just wild.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Gary Player's playing with his grandson. That's unbelievable.
Gary Player could be playing with like his great grandson, like at the age that he's
probably
at.
Could. He probably could be 100 and still playing this event. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I believe that. I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so other than that, obviously there's no skins, but we do have a par 3 course to finish up. Now, I mean, we'll recap what we have so far. Do you know what hole at Bethpage we picked? Because we definitely picked the Bethpage hole, but I don't know what hole it was.
It was I think it was 17.
Okay, so we're starting off 16 TBC Scottsdale. It's that, the iconic hole, I guess, the stadium hole where a bit of a Ryder Cup atmosphere at our par 3 course to start off, get you right into it. And then we'll go for short one, number 7 at Pebble Beach, 109 yards, kind of downhill, tricky but short. And then we'll do the opposite of that for our third hole, number 17 at the Ocean Course at Kiowa, 221 yards. Then we'll probably go to our easiest hole on the par 3 course, number 8 at Royal Troon, this postage stamp. That's 123 yards. And we'll keep the European wing here and go to number 16 at Royal Portrush, Calamity Corner, 226 yards. That's a long one. 17 at Bethpage Black, which isn't the hardest par 3, but still a bit of a challenge. Would we say 207 yards? And then yards. Yeah, of course, number 7 we have 17 at TBC Sawgrass, 137 yards, Island Green. Yeah, so we have 2 more holes to finish this up, and we definitely know what one of our holes is. I think we'll probably put it at 8.
We're playing pinch nerve at 8.
And we'll put the pinch nerve at 8.
That's fine. We're gonna have 4 number 17s on this golf course.
I mean, 17s are where all the iconic par 3s.
Well, and then we do 12 12 at Augusta. Or we do it's public
We're
course.
public courses. So 17 at Whistling Straits Pinch Nerve is how long's this course? Or this hole, I mean. 249 yards. The Pinch Nerve.
That is a beast.
Yeah, that is a long hole. So we do need we need like a signature ending hole.
I don't know. We need a public course.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this.
TBC Sawgrass.
I mean, I know there's a couple like really good par threes at PGA National, which is a public course. Because you have the Bear Trap, which has two of them, but I'm not sure if we want to throw that on one of as our 18th hole. I don't know.
What about there's Chambers Bay?
Because obviously, like Augusta
40.
National number 12 is like the most obvious hole that we would put as our finishing hole, but like we kind of figured we were doing public golf courses here in the middle of this. So I mean, St. Andrews number 11 is a good hole, but it's not like an extremely hard hole. Yeah, no, we kind of put ourselves in a little bit of a hole here on our last one.
I know, because we don't know what.
What is Cabot Cliffs is a public course, right?
Yeah, there's one right here.
Cabot Cliffs, the 16th hole is pretty sick.
Yes. Okay, we'll do that over the cliff.
Yeah, it's literally over a side of a cliff, which is honestly not the first side of the cliff hole we have, but I feel like that's a good one to finish on.
I think it's a great one.
You know, Cabot Cliffs is sick course, but
I don't think we can really do better than that.
They're never gonna play like a PGA Tour event there because like they don't have a place for people to go, and it's extremely hard to get to.
We need to go there at some point too, just to see it.
Yeah, we do need a nice golf trip at some point.
I completely.
What's the yardage on this hole? There's a lot of photos. 176 yards. That's a pretty good ending hole. Not too hard, but not easy either. So I like that. So we now have a par 3 course and a full 18 hole course. So don't know what we're gonna do next, but we'll do something.
Mini golf course.
Yeah, we need to get like a golf simulator or something where we could go to all these. We could play all these holes and then like put together like a score.
We do need to do that. That'd be so awesome if we could do this.
But yeah,
we'll figure something like that out.
Yeah, we will.
Maybe Z-Strict in Stanford.
Maybe could probably do that. Yeah, I just wonder if they have all these courses, but we'll see. Yeah. So that's kind of all we have for this week. Next week we have nothing.
Well, do we want to say what we did last week or no?
Nah, we'll wait.
Okay. We have a surprise.
Yeah, we have something special coming in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, we'll definitely have that for you. And then I guess next week we might do like a year in review or maybe like a preview for 2022. We'll see what we have, busy week.
That could probably be it could even be a longer episode depending how much, because we could do it together if we wanted to, maybe later in the week.
Yeah.
If everyone's home.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of all we have. Anything else?
Nothing from my end.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was gonna say like happy holidays, but we'll probably have another episode out before Christmas.
Yeah.
But if we don't have another episode out before Christmas, happy holidays. See you next week.